Hey everyone, welcome back to Crystal Clear Tarot. I'm Shan, and today we're diving into a powerful healing spread that I think so many of you will connect with. It's called Breaking the Chains. It's a tarot spread designed to help you identify toxic ties, to reclaim your power, and gently unravel the patterns that have been weighing on your heart. This spread is especially helpful if you're seeking clarity around a relationship or a situation that feels binding, confusing, or emotionally draining. And honestly, it pairs so beautifully with shadow work, even journaling, or a healing meditation before you begin. Think of it as giving your intuition a microphone and letting your deeper truth speak. So this spread has helped me so much in the past, especially when I was healing from my own personal traumas and breaking free from narcissistic abuse. It gave me insights that I didn't even know I needed, and it helped me see where I was giving away my power without realising it. So if the Devil card has been popping up for you lately, and if you've been feeling stuck, trapped, or tangled in a cycle that you can't quite understand, or if anything in this message is resonating with you right now, then you might really benefit from trying this healing and revealing tarot spread. Now, take a deep breath, grab a cuppa, and when you're ready, let's begin breaking those chains, one card at a time. And just to let you know, today I'm using the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. So before you dive into this spread, I want to share a few tips that will really help you get the most out of your reading. First things first, take your time. Don't rush and let each card breathe a little. Sit with it and notice what feelings show up in your body. What memories bubble up to the surface and what thoughts drift in. Sometimes I even pick up the card and hold it close just to connect with the imagery, soak up the colours and the energy. And then I'll hold it over my heart. And if that helps you too, then go for it. And honestly, a few deep breaths before you begin makes a world of difference. Or if you're a meditative type, do a quick grounding meditation before you shuffle. It really sets the tone. Now, if a so-called difficult card appears, don't panic. Instead, ask yourself, what lesson does this hold for me? You don't have to have the answer immediately. Just let the insight unfold in its own time. Healing doesn't usually strike like lightning. Sometimes it's slow, and that's okay. I've had moments and weeks, sometimes months later, where something just suddenly clicked and I realised what the card had been showing me all along. So please give yourself space. Another powerful tip is to pair this spread with journaling. Write a letter to your past self or to the person you're healing from. You don't have to send it to them. And personally, I used to write everything out, the hurt, the confusion, the clarity, and then I'd burn the paper with a loving intention or a prayer. That was my release ritual. But you can absolutely keep your writing in a private journal if that feels better for you. There's no right or wrong way to do this. The whole point of this spread is to help you understand yourself more deeply and gently, so go at your own pace. All right then, let's walk through the Breaking the Chains tarot spread together. This is one of my favourite healing spreads because it doesn't just reveal what happened, it shows you why it happened, how it affected you, and most importantly, how you can finally break free. As we go through each position, imagine yourself having a gentle conversation with your higher self. Let the cards speak to the parts of you that have been waiting to be heard. The first position is the mask. This is all about the illusion that you were believing, what story or identity this person or situation projected, and what part of you accepted it as truth. For example, if you pull something like the Ten of Wands here, you might realise that you believed you had to carry everything alone. You might have felt responsible for everyone else's problems, or maybe that you needed to be the strong one all the time. That was the mask, their image, not your truth. Next, we look at the hook in the second position. This is the part of you that was vulnerable enough to latch onto that illusion. What wound, need, or longing drew you into that dynamic? So let's say you pull the Emperor or the Empress. Those cards carry the archetypal energies of the mother and father. Sometimes, without even realising it, we're drawn to people who mirror the traits from our upbringing. And I can relate. I was drawn to controlling partners because that energy felt really familiar. It wasn't healthy, but it was familiar. And sometimes familiarity masquerades as love. Becoming aware of this is life-changing. The third position is the chain. This shows how you're still emotionally or energetically tied to the situation. What lingering pattern keeps that connection alive? If you pull the Two of Swords, for example, that blindfold might represent silence, avoidance, or a fear of seeing things clearly. Maybe you learned early on to keep quiet, to suppress your needs, or to pretend everything was fine. This card helps you identify the exact pattern that's still holding you back. Then we have the trigger in the fourth position. This position reveals what keeps pulling at you back into the old cycle. What emotion, memory, or habit resets the trauma loop. Imagine drawing the Page of Cups here. That could point to your emotional sensitivity, your big heart, your tendency to over-empathise with people who don't show you the same care. Perhaps you romanticised connections, looked through rose-coloured glasses, or believed a fantasy instead of reality. Next, in the fifth position, is the shadow. This is the part of you that was ignored, dismissed, or suppressed during the relationship or experience. So if the Magician appears here, it might be showing you that you forgot your power. You forgot your ability to choose, to create, and to direct your own path. Maybe someone convinced you that you weren't capable, or maybe you started believing that you needed permission just to be yourself. This card shines a light on the potential you hid away in order to survive. Then we reach the key in the sixth position. This position reveals the strength or insight that will help you finally break free from the cycle. So if the Strength card shows up here, it's reminding you that you are powerful, resilient, and capable of healing. It's a call to reconnect with your inner courage, to take small steps towards emotional independence, and to rebuild your sense of self day by day. And finally, we end with the Light Beyond in the seventh position. This card shows who you are becoming once you reclaim your power. Your healed, liberated, authentic self. If the Star card appears here, it's a beautiful message. It tells you that you are stepping into hope again, and that you're aligning with your purpose, and that brighter days are not just coming, they're already forming within you. This is your lighthouse, your reminder that healing is leading you towards clarity, peace, and self-love. So what cards will show up for you in this reading? And what messages will you receive to help you along your healing journey? So before we close, I want to take a moment to honour the deeper theme behind this tarot spread, and from healing from trauma, abuse, or toxic relationships. These experiences shape us in ways we don't often realise until years later. They influence our boundaries, our self-worth, and even the way we choose our relationships. But the tarot, when used consciously, becomes a mirror for the soul. It lets us see what we've been carrying, what wounds still need attention, and what patterns we're ready to release. It doesn't just show the pain, it shows the pathway forward. It helps us grow, reclaim our intuition, and step back into our power. And spreads like this one create a safe space to explore those deeper truths in a compassionate and gentle way. Healing isn't linear, and it isn't fast, but with curiosity, honesty, and the support of tools like the tarot, we begin to untangle the knots that were placed in our hearts long before we realised they were there. Thank you so much for joining me during this tarot spread. I hope the Breaking the Chains spread brings you clarity, empowerment, and a sense of release as you continue your healing journey. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with someone who might benefit from it. And as always, I'd love to hear about your experiences with this spread in the comments below. What came up for you? And did anything resonate? I'd really love to hear from you. And remember, you're not alone on this path. I'm here with you on your healing journey. I'm Sian, and until next time, trust your intuition, honour your truth, and keep shining your light. Bye for now.